don't tell me that you have no fucking clue how to fix this. 'Cause now I'm way more concerned than I was like 5 minutes ago, which I was also concerned then.
And as far as we know, Zedd is literally the only other person on the planet who has any idea how to handle any of this. Even if he doesn't know, he would still be the guy to ask because he has any history whatsoever with magic.
Yeah, I'd probably be feeling like we're pretty doomed at this point. He's the Wizard of the First Order. Like, Richard, okay, we know has a gift. He is Lord Rawl. These people don't really know this yet, but we know he literally knows nothing of magic. So these people relying on him to be the magic against the magic is kind of stupid and funny. He relies on Zedd, too.
It would be even worse than relying on Zedd right now,
Yeah.
because Zedd at least knows magic, but doesn't know this specific kind. Richard has no idea.
Yeah.
I got a sword that can cut through some pretty solid shit, but other than that, no.
I can get real angry. You want to piss me off?
Yeah. Kaylin paints lightning bolts when she gets angry.
Don't look at her face, though, for the next week or so, because it's a little bit rough. It's a
Still
little rough.
healing. I can picture, just to cut away from this really quick, her cleaning that off later and be like, that was just so dumb. Or like the mark a week later where it's still healing.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't believe you did that, man.
There's still, like, layers of skin. Ugh. Yeah.
Oh.
So, Trimac gets super duper worried. Like, his worry just keeps, like, snowballing at this point, because Zedd tells him that he's leaving. And when Trimac asks when Rawl is coming back, he's like, oh, he's not for a while, because after he is where he is now, he's going to come see me where I'm going to be, so you guys are going to be effectively shit out of luck for a while.
Yeah, you're going to be leaderless for a long time.
The way he's saying it, obviously Zedd is concerned about the shit going on, right? He's concerned about the underworld and the Skrulling, but he's talking to a man who he's effectively putting in charge of basically an entire country.
Yeah. Surprise, you're the president.
Without any care to how this is going to affect him. He's just like, yeah, we're leaving.
He gave him a couple of pointers, a slap on the back, a good old you'll be fine, and that was it.
Yeah, and he's literally only worrying about how it's going to affect him. He's like, it's going to be a rough journey. I got to go see Addie. This is going to be shitty. And Trimac City's literally like, people are going to be asking me so much shit. I have nothing to answer them with. Like, he's going to have to answer to everybody about this attack and about Darkin dying. Nobody knows the details of any of that. So for the next foreseeable future, people are going to be like, hey, so the other day, and he's going to be like, I wasn't even there. I don't even fucking know.
Right. This ain't my shit. I wasn't even there. No, you're absolutely right. It's always great when they put an unpolished soldier in front of a camera and they're like, just say what happened. No, don't say what happened. But fuck.
At this point, Zedd also makes a comment that makes it sound like he had no idea that Darkin was working with the Keeper. Seeing the Skrulling was the thing that made him realize that, which is not the case, because Darkin literally looked him in the face and was like, I'm working with the Keeper.
Yeah, he said the words, I'm an agent, so y'all better watch out. Read them prophecies again.
Yeah, be careful. And
spirit fingers, but the spooky kind.
Yeah.
Forward, not out to the side.
He definitely knew before Richard left that Darkin was an agent. And so maybe, if he was a little bit worried about that being a bad thing, he should have been like, Richard, I get it. Cute baby dragon. Sex. I understand. Stay the fuck here.
Right.
None of that is worth what's going to happen. Okay? So just cool your jets.
Like you were saying in the previous chapter, we got a palace here. If you got to do it, just run upstairs and do it. You're safe as fuck up there.
Seriously, we have an entire group of people that literally are called the First File that will like protect you while you're fucking.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, I don't think they want to run up there and use this bed right away, but like, I'm sure the bedroom of Master Rawl is nothing short of a fortress.
I bet you has plastic sheets though.
That is disgusting. And yes, he probably does. Oh, God.
So you'd need to refit the room.
Welcome to my bedroom. All I want to let you know is that this couch over here, literally soaked in Scotchgard.
So.
So.
And not for the reason you think.
Oh.
Let me grab my knife. So Trimac makes a comment about how he's happy to have somebody in the palace that's more interested in putting back the guts than taking the guts out. And it just reminded me how different Zedd is from Darkin, and how that's like gotta be whiplash for the people involved that are working there, because their experience thus far has been Darkin just literally being brutal to whoever he feels like, as bad as he can imagine, really, and employing people to also do that. Healing a servant woman who had her guts ripped out by a demon thing would never even cross his mind. And these people are watching this wizard do that. Granted, he does have ulterior motives, but number one, they don't know, and number two, he was healing everybody either way. So he didn't only heal her because she was a seer.
It's got to be way different for them to see a person who actually cares about the people that he's in charge of, and like even the lowliest ones.
Yeah.
When, exactly like you said, Dark and Raw would not have done the same.
I don't think he even would have healed Demon if he had the choice.
Probably not. You're like, well, goodbye, old friend. What do you mean? I'm totally fine. Just heal me up. Nah, nah.
With the magic you could literally, like, done. No, you're not going to do that? Fuck you, Darkin. But again, Demon deserved that too. So
That's
I don't
true.
feel super bad. I don't think that any of them, after experiencing Darkin in his, like, magic moments, would want to spend any more time with him. I'm sure that they were all very ready to, like, sign out at the end of the day and just be done, go back to bed.
I'm clocking the hell out of here.
I imagine that after spending time like this with Zedd, you'd be down to hang out for a while, maybe go for a beer.
Yeah, the second you got out of work, you would be on your way to the bar, for sure.
But with Zedd for, like, a celebratory beer, not like with Darkin where you'd be, like, going to drink to forget.
Right. Hey, after work, let's go hang out is way different than after work, I'm going to drink myself into a stupor because I'm miserable. Fun. Speaking of drinking ourselves into a stupor, the beer we are drinking today, it's called Mas Agave. It's grapefruit, Imperial Goza. And recently, Jade and I discovered that Goza beer is actually brewed with salt water. That's what gives it that tangy punch. And this one is actually barrel aged in tequila. It's from Founders Brewing. And it says, the cocktail inspiration lives on. Our Imperial Goza is brewed with agave and sea salt before being aged in tequila barrels. But it doesn't end there. Once it's pulled from the barrels, it gets a dose of fresh grapefruit juice to ramp up the tanginess and pay homage to our other favorite tequila-based cocktail, the Paloma, which is actually one I've never had.
Nope.
And we do have some tequila upstairs, so I think I might have to do that later. Sweet, salty, and mouth-puckeringly delicious Mas Agave grapefruit. I gotta say, it is very, very tangy. It is kind of bitter, but the grapefruit does cut through it, and Jade and I put a little bit of salt on the edge of our beer glass, and that took care of a lot of the sting.
Yeah, we put a little margarita salt on there. Because when you first drink it, it is a little bit of a punch to your face. At this point, we've realized that the margarita salt does help it a little bit. That's good.
Yeah, very good. Very strong.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to get a refill, not of this, unfortunately, because we grew to love it, and it is actually our last one, but we will be back right after this.
And we're back. So Zedd spots Chase and Rachel hanging out and heads over towards them just in time to hear Rachel lay down the sickest burn ever.
Yeah, it's the biggest and best I fucking told you so ever.
Yeah.
Tell me to shush, asshole.
And I think Chase really enjoyed her giving him a little bit of shit too, because I mean, obviously he's been giving her shit since he met her.
Right.
That's just his personality. So I think it caught him off guard, but he's also like, okay. Next time, fucking kick me if I don't listen, because you're right.
Exactly. It doesn't hurt that she was right. You're like, okay, yeah. Yeah. When your whole thing is, hey, I'm in a group of people that's fighting to, uplift the truth and make that the obvious thing in the whole world, you kind of got to give a girl credit when she lays down some truth on you.
Especially when she was telling the truth in the beginning of the book. That was literally like, hey, there's this creepy thing over there, and you literally wouldn't even look, dick. But they have a cute little back and forth. Chase makes a comment about waiting to lay her eyes on her husband because she's going to give him a run for his money. And I thought that was cute too. But then it gets into serious shit.
The tone changes a little bit, because he appreciates Rachel's wit. He can tell she's a smart girl. She's young, but that doesn't mean she's stupid. Zedd appreciates this about her, and he decides to give her the Stone of Tears.
Yeah, he, in his head calls her a ripple in the pond.
Yes, a ripple in the pond. That's absolutely right. But my question is, why in the hell do they keep giving this 6-year-old girl, that's a guesstimate, 6 at most, we're guessing, the most important object in the entire universe? She got lucky once, let's not push it, okay?
No, I totally agree. I do think maybe her age does help a little bit, because I think if you were to give somebody even between 12 and 15 the same opportunity, I feel like they would be like, I just had to go through this a minute ago. I'm not a fan of being put in mortal peril again for somebody else's shit.
Right.
So my answer is going to be no.
Yeah, can't we just let the adults handle it now? I thought I did good once, and that was cool, but I'm good.
Yeah. Can you stop making me bait, please?
Yeah.
And Chase, sitting nearby while this is all happening, while Rachel is excitedly being like, sure, I'll help you, Mr. Zedd. Nothing wrong happened last time. He's not fucking pleased.
No, he's not happy at all. I mean, Rachel is his new daughter, and Zedd is effectively hanging a target on her back.
And Zedd very clearly said to Chase that he knows nothing of what's going on also. This is all a mystery, and this dangerous thing here I'm handing to your daughter.
Could be a tracking beacon.
Yeah.
For the keeper himself. Don't know, but I'm definitely going to give it to your daughter.
Yeah. I don't know the rules. I know it's something dangerous. I'm pretty sure I know what it is. I'm not going to fill you in either, Chase, on what I think it is, because I'm not 100% sure. Well, actually, now he is, because the last time he talked to Chase about it, he wasn't sure what it was, and he didn't want to say what it was.
Yeah.
Now he is sure, but he's still not telling Chase.
Nope, still didn't say the word.
And he's putting it around his daughter's neck. I would be pissed too. I'd be like, fuck you. You're going to give me everything you know, and then I'm still going to hand you back the necklace and say walk away.
We're not doing that.
We are not doing that. There are other kids in this palace. Go find one, Zedd.
Well, and we know from Trimac that there are 30,000 soldiers that live underneath the people's palace.
Mm-hmm.
They're there. Why not take the stone, bring it to the lowest, deepest, darkest room in the entire palace, and put 1,000 dudes in front of the door and be like, look, nobody gets this, period.
Kind of like what you're doing with the Garden of Life and the boxes that are super dangerous that you're just literally letting hang out in the open with guards standing around them.
Right. Ring of Steel that shit. Don't let a little girl bring it who knows where.
Yeah. At the very least, don't give it to a little girl.
Right. I think that's the most important thing. It's a little kid. Don't do that.
Yeah. I feel like there are other people who would be also unlikely to draw attention. Just tell some maid to go camp out in the woods for a while. I don't know. Anything's better than handing it to the little girl who also just had to deal with a whole bunch of shit. So, maybe not.
Yeah.
So, Zedd tells Chase that Richard and Kaylin are on their way to the Mud People, and he has to get there and tell them that there's going to be trouble, to say the least. For being arguably one of the best fighters they have, Chase sure has turned into an errand boy quite a bit.
I can't help but picture Chase looking at Zedd, saying, what? Okay, I can understand Zedd telling Chase to go get Richard. We need him. It's fucking important. We don't have any time to lose. Go get him, bring him back here. And him being like, right, mission stuff. Got it. But he's like, no, go give him the message. Not even necessarily come back with him. Now you have your little daughter. I'm still assuming Chase wants to go home to his wife at some point.
And his other kids.
And and his other